Hello, YouTube. If anybody's going to actually watch, I know it's kind of an odd time here to be doing a live stream, but I figured make it my first live stream, read everybody's comments and whatnot. And it's perfect time to do it. No one's here at the house to go, oh, make a bunch of noise and people running around and all that stuff. My flavored water, my flavored soda water, and yeah, we'll go with this. I don't have a computer, one of those computer camera doohickey things, so I'm gonna have to do this. I don't need that no more. I can delete that. All right, so we're gonna start up here. I'm gonna go to my channel and all right. I love it when I'm in my personal account and my videos from my channel show up in my personal account as recommendations. Like, you might be interested in this. No shit. All right. And my videos. All right. Videos. Come on. We're going to start with my most recent one. Dealing with crazy customers the right way. I had some really good comments on this one. And I spent some more time on editing and, trying to lighten up the mood some on it. So, oh, we got somebody watching. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Ah, does it tell me? I guess it doesn't tell me. All right, whoever it is, hello, hi, thank you for showing up at my reading y'all's comments. I got one person. Yay! All right, so this first comment. Hey, how you doing, buddy? This one right here, most recent. This is a guy I knew. Chris Farley is a guy I've known forever and a day. He runs a tile business now. Super cool dude. But said, LMAO, I'm not a welder, but I wouldn't walk across the room for $10. And if y'all haven't seen the Dealing with Crazy Customers the Right Way video, you'll know what's going on. Basically, some dude only wanted to give me $10 for a job, and I was like, we got a $50 minimum. I'm sorry. And I was real nice to him, but he about had a man tantrum over it. It was crazy. There we go, working on welding some stainless steel. Oh boy, that's fun. I don't do a lot of stainless though. Stainless is special, and I think there are like different grades of stainless. Some are harder than others. But so far I've been told what I've been welding is the easy stuff. But, somebody just brings me stainless. I'm like, oh, yay. Most of the stainless I do is like little ornamental shit. Doesn't have to be, super special. But yeah, he's like, LMAO, I'm not a welder, but I wouldn't walk across the room for $10. And this is a big deal. Best advice I've ever gotten is you never lose money on a job. So that's true. Try never lose money on a job. On a job. Never lose money on a job you don't do. Okay, yeah, I guess I understand the phrasing for that. I'm not an English major. I'm gonna read these and interpret these the best I can. So, yeah. So good for you to stick it to your guns. Woohoo! So, definitely. Yeah, I am glad that I stuck to my guns on that one. Oh my goodness, Illinois. That's a long way away. I got followers from all over the place. And yes, that 145 is really good. You ever get a chance? Tractor Supply carries them, and I don't know if Tractor Supply ever has them on sale or whatnot. But we're starting to come towards the holiday season and whatnot. So Tractor Supply sends out coupons. So You know, I do, man. If you're really interested in getting one, hold on to one of them coupons when they show up, and go to Tractor Supply and pick you one up. It shouldn't be too terribly more expensive. And you can get it online too, but then you gotta pay for freight shipping. Oh, we got somebody else. Hello, good afternoon. So, all right. So, Mo Dammit said, I hope I'm not slaughtering your last name, but Mo Dammit said, "Hey DTW, me and my bride are glad to see you're back up and running." Well, I wasn't down, but I just hadn't made videos in a while. I kind of got busy and YouTube kind of fell to the side. So, but yes, I love the positive comments. So, Doe Huster says, "Great video, can't wait to see your traveling welding jobs." Now, I said something about that. I hope that we're able to do some traveling welding jobs and stuff like that. A lot of it's been right here in Raleigh, and not a lot of it's been going too far. I applied for the Atlantic Coastal Pipeline for the section that they're bringing from the border of Virginia to Rocky Mount. Haven't heard anything back, so I'm thinking that probably means no. But you know, but you never know. And the Woody Hamby, I hope I'm not slaughtering anybody's names, said, "Nice video as always." And Tired Creek Ironworks said, "Man, I'm glad you're back." And he asked about the storm and all of that. Had a little conversation here. Are you doing any railroad work? No, I haven't, but right down the road here in where was it? Norlina, which is just north of me. I was going down the road and CSX had their welder guys out there on the line, and they had they were thermite welding lines for whatever reason. Maybe they had to cut a section out or whatever, but they had the freaking thermite welder sitting there, and they were running the thermite welder. I'm in my truck just going by watching, like, just like, oh, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. But rig working in. Oh, you do thermite welding. Cool. So you got one of the cool jobs, thermite welding on railways. I did apply for CSX a long time ago, about 4 years ago. This was before I had any certifications. I was trying to get in and hope, they kind of pay for my college and everything, but they might be more willing to hire me now, especially now that out of college, I got my structural certifications and all of that. But yeah, so Tiger Creek Ironworks is asking about the storm, and this was the hurricane, not Hurricane Michael, whatever the name of the one before it is. And guys, if you're not from North Carolina and you're not on the East Coast, this is the deal. Don't listen to the news. These hurricanes are nothing. We get slammed with hurricanes and bad storms like this all the time. These sections that flood that they show on TV, yeah, they only flood when it's a mildly bad storm, okay? When you get a mildly bad storm, they flood anyway. It's nothing new. It's just the news capitalizes on it because, oh, it was a hurricane or a tropical storm or, whatever. They're all after views. I mean, freaking, whoever the first hurricane was that came through here, I already forgot the name of it. That's how pathetic it was. I didn't forgot the name of it. It came through here, and we've had thunderstorms that were worse than that. All right, thunderstorms. And Michael comes through, and Michael actually knocked some trees over. I mean, I was going down 401, and there were trees knocked over. I was like, sweet, finally, a hurricane that did something. They're tired of these hurricanes that aren't doing anything. Now I went on a storm rant. Oh, we got 3 people. Hello, how are you doing? 3 people. This is awesome. All right, now we're going to go to random tips in a random order, and we're going to go through these comments. Connor Kelleher. Like I said, if I'm mispronouncing anybody's screen names, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to butcher anyone's names. I'm just not. I don't speak English. I speak Southern. They're 2 totally different languages. So he said, some good tips, good video as always. Thank you. I appreciate that. A few things I can think of. This is the one I really wanted to read comments on. Is a lot of people had some really good ideas, and I really appreciate the good feedback and stuff. And there are some of these I have implemented into my rig recently. A few things I can think of that are helpful on jobs based on my experiences. Pipe stands. Started out with 2 Home Depot roller style ones on my main truck. This is welding information, by the way. That's its screen name. Home Depot roller style ones on my main truck. Upgraded to 2 collapsible pipe stands. Eventually purchased 2 more. They aren't always on the truck, but when I need them, they pay dividends. Ooh, dividends. That's a big word. That's a college word right there. Also, at least a corded sawzall, which I do have one on my truck, with both wood and metal blades. I already got that. I don't know if I showed it in this video, but I do have a corded sawzall. I have a DeWalt one, and I'm looking to eventually I want to upgrade to the Milwaukee Super Sawzall, because it's got you can control the speed and whatnot on it, and that's really good. If you're going to be cutting steel, you can turn that speed back and it'll be a little bit slower, because when you're going really fast, especially with those carbide blades, it isn't good. It got me out of a few tough spots so much that I've invested in a cordless one as well. That's another thing, a cordless one. But I'm personally a sucker for corded tools. I don't know what it is. I mean, I like my drill and my little impact gun. Like my drill and my impact gun and my impact driver, I like them to be cordless, but everything else I want on a cord. I guess my experience has been corded tools last longer than cordless, and you don't have to pay for batteries. But I mean, with Milwaukee's cordless tools these days, they're so freaking good. Some of them are actually better than corded tools. It just blows my mind. They even have like 9-inch angle grinder now. It's crazy. And Makita has a 9-inch angle grinder. I don't know if y'all seen it, but Makita has a 9-inch angle grinder that takes 2 batteries in the back. It's insane. I saw it at Home Depot and I was like, oh. Good thing I left the credit card at home. Another must-have is a hose repair kit for the torches. Yes, that's something I don't have and I really need. And every time I'm at Airgas, I'm swapping out cylinders. I'm like, I need something important here. I don't know what it is. Then I get home and I go, a torch hose repair kit. I've already screwed up 3 or 4 hoses already. And guys, this is the thing. And I learned this in the company I worked for before, and then now out on my own. You're gonna screw up torch hoses. I mean, it's a part of life. You screw up a torch hose, don't get upset. If y'all got a helper who screws up a torch hose, don't get upset. It's a fact of life. Screwing up torch hoses, they're like air compressor hoses. I mean, that's really what they are. They're air hoses. You're gonna screw them up. They're consumable. They're like tape measures. Tape measures are consumable. You're gonna fuck up tape measures. So you think I'm going to buy a tape measure in 6 months. It's just a part of life. But extra torch tips. I do have extra torch tips. I have 2 gouging tips, actually, and not an extra cutting tip, believe it or not. I don't know why, but I have 2 gouging tips. But, oh well. I do need to get an extra cutting tip at least. But the hose kit is often forgotten. He's right. The hose kit is often forgotten. Hard hat. Yes, nothing worse than not being able to work because of safety requirements. Invest in a hard hat. Hat equipped to receive a hood. I do have a hard hat and a vest that sits in the truck all the time. I don't know if it's set up to take a hood or not. Actually, yes, it is. I just got to get the right adapter. I have a really cheap off-the-wall hood. I think I got at Ace Hardware, and I could not find one adapter that would work in it. So I have to buy another hood that will fit into my current hard hat. I work at heights all the time, keep a harness. I have not ran into a place where I need a harness yet because I don't do any structural work that's like big buildings and real high heights. I got a potential job next week where I may need one, but I'm waiting to hear back on that. And potential job means a 50-50 shot I'm going to get it. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, We're back up to 3. We lost someone. Now we're back up to 3. So either welcome back or welcome. And so, yeah, I don't work at many heights that often. And I guess it would not be bad to invest in one right now, but I just don't see myself investing in one right now. As well as a toolbox with basic hand tools is a must-have, enough to fix your tools at minimum. I do have a Craftsman toolkit I got at I do have a Craftsman toolkit that I got at Lowe's, and I love it. I got that and the wrenches that I keep in the truck. A socket set and the wrenches, I love it. I keep it in the truck. All right, biggest thing you missed, in my humble opinion, is business cards. I missed it in the video, but I do have it in my truck. That is something I should have gone over. If y'all don't have business cards, y'all got to get business cards. And, you know, business cards are dirt cheap. You get them on Vistaprint for basically nothing. And, you know, they have some really cool designs. I get my business cards from Vistaprint. I need to make shirts. That's something I need to do. Mo Damon. Mo Damon. I hope I ain't slaughtering this guy's name. Because, you know, he comments he's really nice. Hey Derb, I'm so jealous. My workshop / workspace is a jumbled up mess. I'm trying to make a shop build series for low budget folks on my channel. Have you looked into his El Cheapo tool bags from Harbor Freight? Keep up the good work. Great video, buddy. Keep up the great work. So jello. Well, if you actually saw my shop, you wouldn't be. My shop is not. My shop is far from. It's basically just to keep the rain off my head. But I do appreciate it. Thank you. And I've not seen the El Cheapo tool bags at Harbor Freight. I have a bad habit of buying those Husky ones, and I think it's because those Husky bags are what my old company bought all the time that I was working for. And I just got used to it. So there's I brought over a lot of ideas. Like I was DeWalt only angle grinders for the longest time because that's all I used at the other place. All right, D space F says, I'm a Ford guy, 2 Rangers, one set up as a welding truck with a farm-built flat deck. I also have a Hobart, but I need more AC power. So Champion fit the bill for most jobs. More grinders are your friend. Yes, more grinders are your friend. But change the stock cord to a 20-foot, a lot easier to drag around. That's not a bad idea. I knew a guy who did that. Every time he broke or messed up the cord, he'd go and buy a 20-foot extension cord and cut the plug off and wire it in there, because the angle grinder will outlast your extension cord, especially if you buy $100 angle grinder, say one of those 7-inch or 9-inch angle grinders. You mess up a cord on there, you're not throwing it away because it's got a messed up cord, and you're going to throw another cord in there. There's just no reason to throw it away because of a broken cord. Just stick another cord in there. It's way cheaper. Way cheaper. Arizona Photo says, just found your videos a day or so ago. You're doing a great job and seem down to earth. I thank you, but I can be a little bit I can get a little bit stuck on myself. But I appreciate that people are willing to give me the benefit of the doubt. I'm learning a lot too. Subscribe. Yay, subscribers. And hopefully I'll be able to get enough subscribers I can make money off of all this. Stephen McHenry said, great video. Thank you, Stephen. And Mo Damon, he put 2 comments on here. That's okay. The more comments, I don't care. I'll still respond to them all. I think I did respond to them all. It's like, do you have a job, or is this business your main means? This business is my main means, and this is my main means. I've tried to go and get other jobs at shops, but it never panned out. I even had a guy. That's all the comments for random tips in a random order. I had a guy offer me a management position to run his welding shop. Like, let me check, make sure I have. Yeah, I still got plenty of battery. He offered me a position to run his welding shop. And it really felt more like babysitting, and I just didn't like the idea of it. It wasn't gonna really be. I really didn't feel like I was gonna be much of a manager as a babysitter, so I just really nice guy. If said person sees this, I'm not trying to bash you or anything. It's just me and him both agreed. You know, it's just my brain's going one total direction, his is going the other. He didn't want to do any mobile, like no mobile whatsoever. And I was like, oh my goodness, mobile. There's so much money in mobile in my mind, but each to their own. Last I heard, he's doing really good. So, we're back up to 3. Yay! Hello. So, all right, D Space F is back. Man, that's cool. We got a lot of returning commenters. Just put air ride bags in the rear. Oh, this the for my 1979 F-150 welding rig, and I can go through this video. How much did I have done on it? I've done more to it recently. I do not have the cooler mount and propane tank mount on it yet. If y'all don't follow me on Instagram, go to Instagram at Derbador Weldor, and that's where I post. I post all sorts of stuff on Instagram. Instagram is where 90% of my stuff goes. As you'll see on there, I have a cooler mount and a propane cylinder mount to mount a 20 or 30 pound propane cylinder on the truck. And I use the propane with a weed burner for preheating aluminum. And now we're getting into winter. It's more important than ever. I mean, you can go outside now and it's, just a little brisk. So we're starting to get there. So D-Space F said, just put air ride bags in the rear. I got a 1/4 ton 2008 Ranger fitted with a Hobart Champion and a Victor cutting torch. The air ride bags at 75 psi keep the ride very level. Keep up the good work. Misspelled good, but that's okay. I can't spell word for darn either. So we're cool. Yeah. I was looking at airbags, and I don't know if I'm ready to invest in airbags quite yet for the F-150, but I think if anything, I'm gonna put not overload springs, but there's a kit called an Add-A-Leaf kit, and it goes on the bottom of your leaf springs, and it just adds an extra really thick leaf to it to help level it. I think I'd probably go with that, but airbags aren't a bad idea. But each to their own. Needs a headache rack to be able to carry material. Just a headache rack alone doesn't work that well. I did that with I used to have a 95 F250 with a 351. It was absolute garbage, and I'm saying that about a Ford, but it was garbage. It was a $500 truck, and I didn't know as much about mechanics at that time, so I probably could have fixed it, but I was hard up for money and ditched it. But it had I put a headache rack on it. I still got the exact headache rack sitting out there because it's a very nice headache rack I made. But it's hard to carry a 20-foot section on a headache rack. I am actually going to put, eventually, that's the plan, eventually I'm going to put a big ladder rack on the truck, and that way I can carry 20-foot sections easier. So, yeah, it's not a bad idea, but my experience, it hasn't been too well. I mean, maybe George Ostos, that's the guy that commented it. I forgot to say his name. Maybe you've had better luck with it. And, if you have, great, worked good for you, but my experience hasn't been too well with it. Gary Zer, I'm really trying not to slaughter anyone's name. I'm sorry. You could use jack stands. I do have jack stands on there now. They are pretty handy. Coat of paint and interior work to have a good looking rig. Yes, paint. That's a must, right? I need to buckle down and do it, and I'm running out of time now. It's starting to get a little bit too cold to do that. But interior work is definite. I still don't have a radio in there. It's crazy. I just have not put a radio in it yet. And I need to put a new dash in there, and I haven't done that. I'm just kind of glad I got it running right now. But jack stands, yes, I did wind up adding jack stands to the truck. Coat of paint and interior work. Definitely. Danger prone 911. Crane! Yes, a crane. It's kind of difficult on a half ton. It really is difficult to put a crane on a half ton. I mean, you go get a little crappy crane, and it's a half ton crane on a truck. And really, for a crane, you really need a 1 ton truck for a crane. If anything's going to get a crane, it's going to be my my F450 or F Super Duty, because it's big and it's got enough weight on it that it's not going to tip over. That little F-150 probably don't even weigh 5,000 pounds right now, and if I put a crane on it and try to lift anything, the whole truck's just going to go. And that's probably with stabilizers. So, if anything, the Super Duty would be getting a crane. Mo Damon, he's back. Man, that's awesome. Mo, if you see this video, thank you. Thank you for subscribing and commenting. Like, nice rig. Nice rig. Good job. Look at mine just starting out. I think I did, yeah, I did see his rig. It was an F-150. Actually, I'm going to go over there. We're going to look at it. I'm going to look at it right now. Let's see. Uploads. How many videos does he have right now? Here we go. I subscribed. I probably should have done that earlier. I didn't subscribe. Talking about basic engine drive welder operations. We're just after the rig. Ah, I can't see the rig in this one. One of these you could actually. One of these you actually gotta. You could see his rig in one of these. That's an F-150. Where are all his videos? There's gotta be more than. There we go. I knew there was more videos. I was looking at those going, that can't be all the videos. I knew he posted more. Build truck. Build. There we go. This guy has a really actually Mo Name It. Y'all ain't y'all go check him out. He's actually got some pretty cool videos. But I can't hear it. Yeah, that Rust-Oleum primer. Yeah, here's a torch on it. There we go. That's a neat idea, mounting it in this, putting the cylinder card up there. I'm skipping through. I'm sorry, I ain't listening too much because I got to get back. But back to what I was supposed to be doing, reading people's comments. But I figured I'd check it out since I at least check it out some. But yeah, dude, Mo, it's an awesome rig. I love it. I'm glad I'm not the only person that's rigged out an F-150. Because I was starting to feel like the only person that did that, and everybody else kind of like, you really can't. Like my old boss told me, you can't rig out an F-150. You can't do it. And I was like, okay. So I went and bought an F-250, and I was like, well, this F-250 ain't no damn different than my F-150. What the heck? So I was like, shoot, I'll give it a shot. I'll rig out a F-150. All right, we'll go back to my videos. God, is my voice that annoying? Oh my goodness. Sound like I'm 12. Alright. So we did tour, budgeting, and Arc Pig update. Okay. The Arc Pig. This is the thing that everybody was kind of like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it didn't work. And I can't believe it didn't work either. So just the overall story of the Arc Pig. I got it, and there we go. I did test it out. I couldn't remember if I did a video testing it out or not, but it worked. It worked great. Like there's video of me running it, And it worked really good, but I only had a 3/32 inch tungsten. I really needed an 1/8 inch tungsten. And what happened was the reason it spit like that in the video, I'm like, that was it actually blowing the end of that 3/32 tungsten off. And so the thing is, the only thing I ever changed was the 1/8 inch collet and the 1/8 inch tungsten. That was the only thing I ever changed in that torch. And then it stopped working. So, and of course it had to stop working on a job. It didn't have to keep work. It didn't have to, it couldn't do it at home. It had to wait till it was on a job, which really, really sucked because I spent an hour, me and the guy with me, Perry, we spent an hour trying to get that thing to work and just couldn't get it to work. I really wanted full 200 amps of TIG welding to TIG weld the aluminum on that job, and it just didn't happen. So long story short, I did everything. I went back to a 3/32 inch tungsten, couldn't get it to work. I did everything I could to try and get it to work, and I said, you know what? I've wasted this much money on it. I'm sending it back, and I told them what happened. They get it. They put it in their testing bench, and apparently it worked for them like it was supposed to. And they're like, "Oh, do you want us to send it back?" Or I was like, "No, I want my money back." So maybe somehow it was dragging on the ground and that high frequency was getting out to the ground and away from it or something stupid like that or whatever. But if it's that picky, I don't need it if it's gonna be that picky. So let's see. Let's go to budgeting and ArtPig update. Let's see what kind of comments we have. Danger prone 911 real world experience right there. Did I like that? There we go. Go through and like people's comments. Yes, it's real. It's real world experience for sure. It ain't the stuff that you ain't the stuff that you read in a book. Well, it is, but it's harder to understand. There's only like 2 comments on there. That one was a good video, and thank you for the support, guys. ArtPig review part 2. Let's go to part 1 and read through these. D.O. Huster asks, so is the ArtPig, so with the ArtPig, it's no longer scratch start. And yeah, and the deal is it can be both. It's supposed to be both. It's always live. I think I did answer that one. Yeah, I did. So I was like, yeah, so it does introduce high frequency to the already live TIG torch. And he was like, let me know when you get green tungsten. Very interested in this setup for my shop, my SA200. And I told him we're taking it to Fayetteville tomorrow. And, I was supposed to have Perry videotape, but it didn't happen. So, yeah. This is review part 2. And ProCharge Mopar, obviously a Dodge guy right there. I thought there's a 1 year no questions asked repair or replacement. There is, but it doesn't work. It was sent back to them. It didn't work for me. It was sent back to them, and they went, "Oh, it works just fine." I'm like, then there's something environmentally wrong. Either it's so picky, it doesn't like sitting on the moist ground and the high frequency is getting out onto the ground, or it doesn't like being on really long leads, out in the field. And I don't like being on really long leads in the field. I mean, it's kind of pointless to me. D.O. Huster said, well, this makes up my mind. No ArtPig. Thanks for the review. And, I hate to break people's hearts over it. I'm kind of just hoping I got a lemon, but I'm not willing to chance more money on it after that. And 1734-ish said, damn, bro, I was really fixing to buy that damn thing, kind of sad face. And it is. It's sad. It's really sad. Isn't there a... John Smith said, isn't there a chart that tells you what the beep means? I could reply to that. And yes, it was the misfire beep. And the misfire beep, means that it's generating high frequency, but it's not connecting to the ground, and that, that's its own. It should be connecting. There's no reason for it. I pushed the button and go beep, beep, and it just nothing would happen. It was just ungodly frustrating. And yeah, my investment in Take Parts isn't a bad thing, but it kind of sucks. I spent that much money and it still didn't want to work. 150 subscribers. Yeah, we're at 200 subscribers. Oh my goodness. 150 subscribers. Big thanks video. There's only one comment. And it's not showing for whatever reason. Ugh. Oh, that's the truck before I even had the sheet on it. Wow. TIG welding aluminum on DC with stick electrodes. And what's bizarre is I have not gotten any "you can't do that" video comments from anybody. Crocman AU says, I really enjoy the videos. Keep them up. Thank you, Crocman. Hayden's Welding Co. Super cool guy. Follow him on Insta. Oh wait, it's been changed. It's not Hayden's Welding Co. anymore. Damn it, I done forgot what it is. But it's whatever that little town is right there, right outside of Georgia where he's at. Welding company now. But shoot, I'm sorry. I forgot what it's called. I'm a terrible person. Frequency of Thought said, cool, man. Thank you. And Mini Trucker 04 said, try it with the flux off. Yeah, and I already responded. Oh, cool. Look at this. If I didn't even know this button was here. It's a like button, and it lets them know I liked it. Sweet. I didn't even know that button was there. I'm sorry, guys. If y'all got a random somebody liked your video, it said some random person liked your video, that was me, actually. I had no clue that button was there. All right. So I do go through and like y'all's video. I just forget to hit the one that, publicly says it's me liking your video, your comment. I'm all confused. Yes, stick welding. Using the stick electrode with no flux for TIG welding aluminum won't work because the flux is the reason we're using it, because we need a cleaning action. 6 reasons I hate Thumbtack. Thumbtack's not actually terrible. It was just 6 reasons I hate Thumbtack. Get a 50% down payment and they'll make sure they have everything ready on their end. Arizona Zach said that in one comment, but yeah, it's not entirely doable. The thing is, not everybody wants to put 50% down. What I do now is I don't buy anything until they sign a contract. You sign a contract, then I'll go buy it. I ain't doing nothing for your job besides the quoting process until you sign a piece of paper. All right? So that's what I've gone to now. The scariest thing I've ever welded up, and this was with my good friends at JBC Transport. They're super awesome guys. Chris, Brandon, and Joe. They're like the best trailer movers I know. It wasn't bad. Could have shown footage or pictures of the welds, their locations, da 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 da. We love that stuff. So, Caveman Joe, they're on my Instagram. So, yeah, that one, we were already pulling it by the time I even thought, oh, I should videotape this. And by that time, we were already on the road with it. And I did not show the location because I wanted to protect the privacy of where we took it to. I didn't show that because I wanted to protect the privacy of his client. So, yeah, that's the little explanation for that doohickey. Oh my goodness, review of the Hobart 145. This is last year when it was all still on the Super Duty. I still had the Super Duty skid, and man, my hair was a lot nicer looking than it is now. I need a haircut. Starting to look like starting to look like a hobo. And if I sit there on a corner, people are going to start throwing money at me. Ruben Rios, this is 3 weeks ago. I mean, this video, 3,834 views. I mean, that's pretty good. The thing was, no one else has a review outside of Hobart of this machine. And the thing is, not all people know, that's an awesome little machine. It's tough, it's cheap, and it works. It just plain works. It just works, and for the money, you can't beat it. I mean, you're going to spend almost that much on a good generator anyway. So, So you may as well just buy that. Ruben Rios says, finally, someone who speaks the truth. And it's true about how people favor the Bobcats and Rangers, probably because of their AC power to run chop saws, radios, and lights while welding. That is the downside about the Champion, is it doesn't like welding and putting out generator power at the same time. It doesn't do both well. It kind of pulls power from both. It's really weird. Lincoln Outback 145 has idle speed to conserve gas, but basically priced the same as the Hobart 225, which puts out more amps at 100% duty cycle. Yeah, that's what I don't understand. Ruben's definitely right about that. The Hobart Champion, their 200, the Hobart Champion Elite, which is a dumbed down Bobcat 225. That's all it is. Bobcat 225 with no constant voltage and no AC. It's just straight welding and generator power. The Lincoln has the Outback 185, which is, we're up at 4 people. Hello and welcome. So the Lincoln has the Outback 185, which is only $100 less than the Hobart Elite. So it's like, if you're going to spend that much money, you may as well just get over your Lincoln pride and buy the Hobart. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's ridiculous. But I love Lincoln. I love Miller. I love Hobart. I'm not trying to offend any Lincoln guys out there, but it's $100 difference. I mean, Hobart, Miller, Lincoln, they're all legacy brand welders. You can't really go wrong. Oh, ESAB too. I don't know. ESAB doesn't have engine drives. Bellhand, hey buddy, I have mad respect for you and your hustle. You'll get your SA200 eventually. Yes, I will get my SA200 eventually. But yeah, that's something I need to actually work on doing, is getting my SA200. And then you'll have the best welding machine there is out there. I have a 1956 short hood, and I'm getting pipeline ready now. Also, shout out from another Carolina boy. That's Bullhand. Woo! Bullhand. Yep. Montgomery County. Man, that's right. There's another welder, Noah. Noah Main. He's a welder here in North Carolina, who's just in Garner, which is just like 30 minutes away from where I am. I'm in Lewisburg. He's in Garner. And I need to get up with him. We're gonna make YouTube. We're gonna make a video together. He's got some really cool equipment. We're gonna make a YouTube video together. But yeah, definitely Bullhand. I don't know exactly where Montgomery County is, but I don't think it's too terribly far. I'm in Franklin County. Hey bud, how's it going? Enjoying the vids. I'm also a welder and YouTuber too. V8 Ram 360. All right, awesome. How do I get to pull comments back up? There we go. Now it leaves all the comments up so I can see. Yes, doing good, doing good. Yes, I'll have to check out. Let me see if I can get to that here. I don't know if I can get to my live stream from here to check it out, but I'll have to check it out later. So I don't know if I can get to it through here. Devin Hari, 6 months ago. Thank you for what you do. I'm wanting to start a mobile service here in Oklahoma, and the information you've given us all is true. All you need for a 7018 8th inch is about 95 to 200. 200. Oh my goodness, 120 amps. Joint preparation is very important. So anyway, I think I might buy a Lincoln Electric Outback 180 or Miller Precision 145. Never heard of a Precision 145. But maybe some I don't know about. But it uses gasoline or electricity. Oh, the what's it called? It's not the Precision, but I know what he's talking about. It's that got 160 amps something. I can't. Fusion 160. That's what it is. The Fusion 160. That's what he's talking about. That one is interesting, but at the price they're asking for it, dude, I'd honestly just $3,000 go get a Hobart Champion Elite. I mean, you'll be way happier with it if you're planning on spending that much. That's what I would do, but it's up to you. It's your money. Thank you again, and God bless. God bless you too, Devin Hari, and ta-ta. There we go. I'm gonna start going through and liking people's comments now that I didn't figured out how to do it so they can see that I liked it, not just some random person. Brent 314395 says, I mean, most of the time I don't go past 125 amps my Lincoln Ranger 8, but I've gone to 175 amps a few times for thick stuff. One thing you didn't say is the duty cycle. Yeah, so we're going to talk about the duty cycle thing here for a little bit. So duty cycle. At 145, I've never hit the duty cycle. I know it says it's like 10% on full power. I've sat there at 145 amps, running 532nd inch 7018s, and just one right after the other, after the other, after the other. I've never hit that duty cycle. And that was on a hot summer day. So yeah, I don't think the duty cycles are totally true. I know I do like the Ranger 8. I actually, one of the first welding machine I ever welded off of was actually a Ranger 8, and I do like them. And one day I'm going to buy one just to have one to say, hey, I got a Ranger 8. This was one of the first welding machines that I ever welded on, and the rig that I had the previous company was Chevrolet 3500 HD that was blue, and we had a Ranger 8 on it, and I miss that truck. I love that truck so much. Even though I'm a Chevy basher, that truck, man, that stupid, that just dude. Yep, I'm getting a text message from somebody. Don't need to worry about text messages now. Just that stupid Detroit 6.5 liter turbo was just low as hell, and it leaked oil really bad, probably almost as bad as my 7.3, but my 7.3 pulls way better than it. But anyway, that's a total thing. I'm a Chevy basher, but I still love that 3500 HD with that old Detroit in it. It was really cool. And if my old boss would sell it to me, I would probably buy it, but he hates my guts, so he will not sell it to me. And he won't sell me his other truck because he hates my guts. John the mechanic asked, what size cables do you use, number 2 or number 6? And I'm actually using 1/0. Oh, we're up at 5. Oh, we got 5 people watching. Hello, everybody. 5 people. Wow, this is cool. I didn't realize this many people cared about me. Now we're down to 4. I scared them off. I can't yell. Must be quiet. Don't want to scare off the live streamers. Hello, Joseph Williams. Glad to have you here. So yeah, I was using 1/0 gauge on it, which is it's a little thick for the 145, but there were free leads, and now that I have the Blue Star 2E, I'm glad I have 1/0 gauge because I can do that. And John Smith here commented, you're completely correct about people on Craigslist wanting top dollar for old machines. However, it never hurts to keep your eyes open. I got a Ranger 250 with 28 hours for $2K, which is a steal. An absolute steal. And, that was a lucky find, dude. I'm glad you were able to find a good machine like that. Yes, people wanting top dollar for used beat-to-shit Rangers and Bobcats on Craigslist drives me nuts. Your beat-to-hell Bobcat 225 or beat-to-hell Ranger 8 is not worth $3,000, especially if it's 10 years old, 10 or 15 years old. I'm not paying $3,000 for a machine from the 90s. I wasn't even born in 91. I'm not gonna pay $3,000 for a machine that's older than me, right? When I can go get a new one. As long as you do any iron work. I'm assuming by iron work you mean like structural work, like putting big buildings together and stuff. No, but I do handrails mainly and light structural like mezzanines and stuff like that. There's way less risk involved and a lot more money on the contract side because they have general contractors have a hard time getting their iron workers to stop doing iron work and come down here and build handrails. They're like, oh, we don't want to do that. So, you know, um, so there's really good money in the handrails and mezzanines and little stuff like that, and equipment repair too. Because on big job sites, they're not going to drag down their guys who are up there putting the building together. They're not generally going to drag them down to make them fix the equipment, especially around here. They aren't going to. I spoke too soon. Not around here. They're not going to, but I don't know if other places or union job sites would. Oh my god, union job sites would do that or not. But I need to go. Jonathan Contreras. Like I said, I hope I'm not slaughtering anyone's name. South Florida. Wow, you're down there. Hopefully y'all don't get no more hurricanes. I don't know if Michael nailed y'all or not. I think it did. Didn't it just barely miss y'all and go straight up the Gulf Coast? Because I don't know if Michael hit y'all or not. But you know, if it did, if it did, you know, I hope you're. I'm getting ahead of myself. I hope you're safe. Oh, it did hit you guys. Okay, I'm sorry. I hope everything's cool. Because you know, it hit really hard down there. You know, it didn't really do much up here, but you know, I know it hit hard down there. I mean, I was seeing the news. There are buildings missing. There's like nothing left. You know, it's terrible. So I hope you still have everything and everything's good down there. So and Jonathan Contreras asks, "Hello, as it is on generator, can I connect Iron Mig?" I was on the other side of Florida. Well, that's good. So you should have everything else. Um, can I connect Iron Mig 230 MIG welder? And I already answered that question. Yes, you can connect your Iron MiG 230 to Champion 145, but you're not going to get full power out of it. And same person also asked, can I TIG weld with it? And I was like, yes, I do it all the time. You know, like most of us already know, any constant current DC constant current power source you can TIG weld off of. It might not You might not have nice fine adjustment, but you can TIG weld off of it. All right, we're back up to 5 people watching. I'll try not to scare people off. I'll be quiet. Be quiet. Don't yell at the watchers. They might run away. So Antio Con. Oh man, I almost slaughter someone else's last name. I'm so sorry. Castriano says, "Great hustle. I just subscribed. I've been looking at the Champion 145 at Tractor Supply, but didn't know much about it. Your video is a great help. Have you tried the 210 MP off of your 145 generator?" Yes, I do it all the time. That's like my main power source for the 210 MP. You know, I love that little 210 MP. That was one of the best machines. Like before I even had engine drives and stuff, I had a not Hobart, Predator 8750 from Harbor Freight that I ran the Lincoln 210 MP off of. I did everything off of that. And I think I did already reply to that, but yes, we had a nice little conversation. How do you set this up for TIG welding? I think somebody else. Oh, a customer just saying, won't be able to make it till Sunday. Okay, that's fine. Customer just responding. I'll respond as soon as I'm done with this. Oh, somebody else actually responded. Okay, Ruben Rios responded. I believe you just reverse the cables. Your TIG rig hooks into your stick stinger and connect a negative stud to your ground. There we go. Oh, you need a air-cooled torch. Okay. Scott Stallman replied to what Ruben said. Ruben's not wrong, but more specifically, you need an air-cooled torch with a manual valve on it so you can initiate shielding gas prior to scratching. That is true. You can connect to a gas through type cable lug on a negative terminal of the machine. So yes, Ruben and Scott, thank you for responding in my stead. And, thank you, Scott, for not like totally knocking Ruben over the head for not giving enough details. You know, sometimes, you just, we deal with this on a daily basis. So it's easy to leave out little details like that because it's like, oh yeah, we know as soon as we walk into the welding supply store, we know we're scratch starting with this welder. So we have to get one that's got a valve on it. So, it's sometimes you got to go, oh, right, this dude's just setting up. So you got to, you've got to, be a little bit more specific. But neither of them are wrong. Definitely, I would say good teamwork on that. So thank you guys. That was awesome. Justin Ritchie, it will do the job, but the longevity won't be there. Yes, it's true. The longevity, it's probably not going to run like 20,000 hours or, I don't even know what 20,000 hours is, but, it's not going to run. It will not last as long as a Bobcat 225 or Ranger 225 or something like that, talking about Hobart Champion 145. But the thing is, there are plenty of generators that people run all day and don't really have many problems with it. Keep up the maintenance, it should be fine. But, each to their own. We're talking about a $1,800 machine versus a $4,000 machine is the difference. And we're talking about a first new engine drive to buy that's not going to break the bank but still make you money. What would you happen to know how much the machine weighs? I think it was like 250 pounds. Yep, I did respond. Yep, 250 pounds. Yay. 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 Sheet metal fabrication. Yeah, probably was not my best video. Oh, I do have comments. All right. Milton Soul says, I like your positive attitude. I've really learned about the Champion 145. Keep going, my friend. Thank you, Milton. I appreciate that. And David McCloudy said, you're an inspiration. Keep making videos, bro. Thank you. Oh, man, we're back down to 3. I haven't scared people off or I bored them to death. Yeah, I have a feeling this is probably going to be like a real long video. Try not to make it this long, but we're starting to get into old videos. I'm saying old, but 7 months ago. Man, it feels like yesterday. It was yesterday. It feels like yesterday I was at my first welding job. It basically literally was yesterday. Ace number 1 said, nice. I'm looking to expand my current business to start offering mobile welding. Yes, mobile. Oh my goodness. I don't know how people can weld and not have mobile. It's just like, oh, man. I don't get it. I just don't get it, guys. You gotta. Mobile's like half of it. Everyone wants a mobile welder. I mean, if I didn't do mobile, I would that's 50% of my customer base I would lose right there. Oh man. Yeah, absolutely crazy. Stick welding electrodes for beginners, MIG welding aluminum without a spool gun. Random trip to Home Depot. And alright. These are old videos. We'll skip to my very first one, which was 10 months ago. Which was my very first video to Lewisburg at Walmart AC stand modification. So for some of my newer guys who are like, hey, we want videos of you actually doing more stuff, this is one. This is one right here. So I'll give y'all some commentary on it as we're playing through the video here. I got Austin loading things up. Man, Austin was super cool. I miss having Austin around. He's moved on to better job opportunities, and he was just fantastic while he was working for me. I mean, Austin was the best. I didn't have to babysit him. I didn't have to tell him anything. He just did the work. Hilarious to be around. Awesome dude. Whoever has him now is super lucky. He's probably like to this day, he's one of the best employees I've had. Not to bash current employees, but because my current employees do very, very good. But what machine would be good to start out with? Did I miss people's comments? Live. Open. What's a good stick welder to buy and what? Oh, Joseph, I'm so sorry. I missed your comments. I got distracted. Would be a good machine to start out with. Okay, open back up. Open. Stay. All right. There we go. So, good stick welder. Talking about like a first, are we talking like an engine drive or just a little stick welder to start off with, just for doing stick welding off a house current? Now, if we're talking like a little starter off stick welder, if I'd have known about AHP, I would have bought an AHP 160. Austin, we're just talking about Austin. He bought one and it was fantastic. I mean, you could. I was so impressed on how nice and tight the AHP 160 was. It felt better than my Miller-Matic 211. I hate to say that, but it felt better than my Miller-Matic 211. And we abused the crap out of that thing on jobs. It was definitely awesome. If we're talking engine drive stick welders, brand new, I'd say the Champion 145, just because it's cheap and it does the job, and it's just a great machine to start out with. So yeah, so I had some people, Matt 986423 said, they sell longer cables, right? It's cool they lifted the machine, though. One of the best parts of the job is different situations get to be a part of. Yes, they sell, I only had 50 feet of cable at the time. Now I have 100 combined. No, 100 combined. I was 100 combined, and I have 200 combined now. I have 250-foot, 200-foot sections. I'm trying to get this straight. Yeah, 200-foot sections, which may have made it to the roof. The problem was, there's the roof of Walmart right here. I had to lift it up here. Then the AC unit's way over here. So I would have had to run leads up, over, and then way over here. So I was taught when the general contractor hired me for this job, he was like, just let me know what you need. I went there on the roof and looked at it, and most Walmarts have a little crane hanging off the side. I don't know if anybody pays that much attention. But I was like, well, they got this little crane doohickey, right? Well, there's no freaking winch in it. So I was like, crap. So I asked the manager, and she's like, oh, that crane's for our people, our maintenance people, to throw a winch on there and pull stuff up. And, of course, they don't have the winch sitting there, and I have no clue what winch to put in it. So I was just like, I was like, well, I'll ask the GC if he'll run a crane for me. And sure enough, he was willing to rent a crane for me. And, what was absolutely funny is I was still in school at the time, and we rented a crane from Edwards, and they're like the best people on earth. I love Edwards. And it was either just before this or right after this. I think it was just before this we did a tour of Edwards' facility, and then right afterwards I got to rent an Edwards crane. It was hilarious. I'm going to school going, yeah, I rented a crane from Edwards. They're like, no, you didn't. I was like, yeah, I did. Go to YouTube and check it out. I rented a crane from Edwards. But yeah, and I think it's funny we dropped it right there next to the pickup sign. So, oh, look at that. There's Austin's beautiful face. No homo. No homo, bro. You got a beautiful face. And look at that. There's me attempting to stick weld like a professional. So the deal with this is hilarious as all get out. What the deal with this AC stand was, it passed the general contractor's inspection, but it did not pass Walmart's internal inspection. So they show up and they're like, oh, this doesn't meet D11 structural code. It's an air conditioner stand. But they're like, this doesn't meet D11 structural code because the square tube's not welded on all four sides. Again, it's an air conditioner unit. So the general contractor told me to remedy it, I could stick a plate up in there as a shim and weld it like so to bridge that gap of the square tube sitting on the angle iron. And he said, take pictures, he'll send it to the inspector, and it should be fine. Actually, he sent it to the engineer sent it to the inspector. Apparently, it was fine because 3 months later, the same company hired me to do another job for them. You know what? Oh, my 91F Super Duty welding rig. And I think this is when I had obnoxious music in my videos still. Yes, that is when I had obnoxious elevator music in my videos. Anna Johansson said, like I said, I think I'm slaughtering more people's last names. Super Duty Fords are awesome. I have a Dodge 2001 diesel with a manual transmission. Okay, he was smart. He got one with a manual transmission. I mean, not to shit on Dodge more than I normally do. They destroy some automatic transmissions. I mean, you know, the Cummins is cool. I like the Cummins, but get one from manual, you'll be fine. Don't get an automatic. Johnson said, I'd like to do my own thing, working in a AG repair fabrication shop. You guys are amazingly talented, learning so much, but one day I'd like to do what you do. Yeah, you learn as much as you can, dude, and anything you can learn from them is gonna help you out when you finally break out on your own. Because, you know, I do wish I had more time under people who knew more, but I got out and I learned I learned a lot of stuff the hard way. So, you know, the more knowledge you can get going out, the better. Tim Henry said, I had a Super Duty. You can only get it in two-wheel drive back then. Yes, 91, 87 to 96 was the F Super Duty series. And the F Super Duty was a chassis body truck. It was Ford's first variation of a medium-duty truck. It was to bridge the gap between the F350 and the F500 and 600 trucks. So they only came in two-wheel drive from 87 to 96. You can only get them in a 7.3 diesel or 460, and the 460 was a gas hog. I mean, it was a terrible little gas hog. Tons of power. Yes, he's definitely right. Tons of power, and it was a gas hog. 5-speed. There's no other way to go but a 5-speed. They had them in automatics, but man, a 5-speed was the way to go with built Super Duties. And Crocman AU said, come and swap your Ford. I have no clue why I'd do that. But I'm not going to. Dennis Wall says, looks like the rear cover may need to be resealed, my friend. It does, but it's not leaking. I don't know why it looks like that, but it's not leaking. Talk about the rear seal cover for the differential. 0 Point post a video of the truck running in operation of the dump flatbed. You know, I tried to do that, honestly, and my phone would not save. My phone would not save the video. I'm so sorry. My phone did not want to save the video. And I don't even know why I did a review on the Milwaukee drill and driver combo set. I mean, it's the drill and driver. And this, I got a lot of comments and almost 5,000 views on my video, my advice for anyone starting a welding business. And I have so many comments on this one. Short stack, best pricing story I ever heard. Oh yes, this one was good. Best pricing story I ever heard goes like this: a tourist driving down an interstate highway starts having trouble, some kind of car trouble. His car starts spinning and sputtering, pulls off at the next town. He finds a mechanic shop, and the mechanic takes a look and listens to the car. The mechanic says, "Pop the hood, and I'll take care of it." So the tourist opens the hood. The mechanic listens for a couple of minutes, then gets a screwdriver and turns the screw on the carburetor, which pushed the engine back to running smooth as silk. And then the mechanic says that'll be $25. The tourist gets aggravated and shouts $25 for turning one lousy screw. To which the mechanic said, "Yep, that's $5 to turn the screw, plus $20 for knowing which screw to turn." So yeah, that's a pretty good one. People just don't want to pay for knowledge. Oh my goodness, people don't want to pay for knowledge at all. They don't understand. You went to school for this, and you went to school, apprenticed, whatever, and I'm running to an hour and only got one more person left. Thank you to whoever's, you know, still hanging on to the very end. You know, yeah, nobody wants to pay for what you know. They don't get it. You're not paying just for me and my equipment. You're paying for my knowledge too. So that's very important. Now I can go through and properly like these with the channel liked it. 0 point. You're right. Pricing needs to be firm. People don't go to a doctor or a lawyer and haggle with them over their fees. And people don't go to a mechanic and haggle. I don't go to a mechanic and haggle over their fees. But, maybe my parents just taught me to be respectful of trades and what people do as far as trade work goes. So, why let it happen with a skilled trade that you worked hard to learning and developing? Exactly. I'm not Walmart. I don't price match. Danger Pro 911 couldn't have said it better. Man, he's been around. Thank you, Danger Pro 911. Lots of good comments. Does your hourly rate include consumables? Yes, consumables are included in my hourly rate, unless it's something wild and bizarre out of the ordinary. And John, 2 days ago. Oh, this is the most recent one I had. I just couldn't match up the specs to durability on generators to welders. Nice hearing it worked well for you. I'm thinking of a Xena 250. They're sort of pricey, but has slick stats. Hope it pans out. Hey, thanks for a trade info. I took notes. Well, thank you. And yeah, generator, he has a point, but starting out, a Bobcat 225 or I don't know what a Xena 250 is, but not everyone has that kind of money to invest. And if you can get a generator and a little stick welder to plug into the 220, that works, there's nothing wrong with that at all. And then eventually investing in something better. You got to start somewhere. And Tom, 2 weeks ago, Dan, you made me feel bad. I was going to go to Harbor Freight and buy a welder and generator and put some ads on Craigslist. Can't afford that right now. I did reply, and dude, it wasn't my intent to make you feel bad. So I wound up telling him, hey, get a Predator 8750 from Harbor Freight, and then get the AHP 160 stick welder. And you can probably get started for just under $1,000. So, yeah. And talking about Craigslist, I've learned if you advertise on Craigslist, you get tire kickers. Tire kickers galore. It's ridiculous. People want you to do shit for $10-$20, and it's like, no. Same with Facebook Marketplace, too. I reply, but I don't maintain those ads anymore. I'm just going to let them die because I'm tired of it. Elmer Bonkam's good advice. Start small, use what you have and what you can afford. I can go through and start liking more comments. I'm a terrible person. Sammy Z, that was a great video link as an entry welder. I really appreciate sharing thoughts and giving valuable advice. Thank you. Lots of positive comments. I love the positivity. Thank you guys so much. Y'all are so positive. Way more positive than man. If y'all want to see some just whacked out, unappreciative people, go to Chucky 2009 videos and read some of the shit people say there. It's disgusting the crap people give Chucky. It really is. Mr. Engineer, hi mate from Australia, starting my own mobile welding business. Found your video great and informative and to the point. Well, thank you, Mr. Engineer from Australia. Look at that. I got a subscriber from around the globe. Oh boy, I am really gonna slaughter this name, and I am so sorry if I do. Julie has Vazuquazi. I slaughtered it. I'm sorry. Your video was very informative. Thank you. Brent3142. I think he's commented before. Leads though. Yes, I need leads. I'm not gonna lie, Brent. I need leads. I need more than I have right now. From the welder, why not just run leads from the truck on the ground to unit on roof? Talking about the Walmart. I just talked about that. But definitely a good question, but Brent, again, you can get Miller Bobcats used for around 1K used. I want to know where you're finding these machines for $1,000 used. I was just on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace today because a friend of mine's looking for one. I was like, well, let me see if I can hunt around for you. And they ain't there. They ain't there. They're not there. I cannot find either. Everybody want $2 and $3 grand for a Bobcat or a Ranger. I'm like, ugh, no. But maybe where you're at, you're finding them that cheap, but it ain't around here. Everybody around here wants top dollar for them, and they look like crap. But I'll still like it because you won't an ass. You're nice. 0 point, sound advice and wise beyond your years. Why, thank you, 0 point. I mean, I try to give sound advice. I don't know if I'm wise beyond my years. Maybe just dumb beyond my years. But Adam Spears, who is your most common customers? And I did reply, I have some concrete contractors are very hard on equipment. Guys, concrete contractors are awesome to work for because they brutalize their stuff. Concrete contractors, local general contractors. Yeah, that one general contractor that was out of state wound up not working out in the long run. My customer base is very diverse. That's why I'm trying to put out my customer base is very diverse. It's, people off the street and people right off the street. I take people right off the street. They call. They're like, "Hey, I got this dude. I need one." I'm like, "Sure, right, $50 minimum, 70 an hour. Bring it on in. We'll take care of it." I have people who bring projects, tree contractors. I even made some parts for a wine store that was going in at downtown Wake Forest. It's all sorts of stuff. And with that wine store, Unwind on White is the name of the store. Great place, great place. Super nice people run that place. For any of y'all who are in North Carolina and in this area, North Carolina, it was a sign bracket and the ornamental lights, and I never dealt with the general contractor, only dealt with the owner, so it was really good. And what y'all are gonna find is less you have to deal with the general contractor, the better. But T-Man, you don't charge enough. Keep the trade value up. 120 isn't bad, at least in VA. Oh my goodness. He's right. 120 isn't bad. But you got to be in a spot where people are willing to pay. And the problem I have is previous boss is doing $55 an hour for field work. For him, 2 trucks and an employee, he's $55 an hour. And that's you can't compete with that. And he wonders why he makes no money. But he still somehow stays afloat and does that. And, like I said, I'm in an area where my area of welders charge as little as $55 an hour for field work, so I'm trying to stay competitive and still make money. That's the truth. More details is my ex-boss is an ass, and he's an ass for multiple reasons. One of them is he does not charge enough and then blames other people for the fact he's not making money. And then he gets mad at other welders in the area for charging more than he does. And it's like, dude, what the heck? That's why none of the welders around here like him. If I'd have known he was like this, I probably would have never worked for him. Cody Dayton, you think the area has a lot to do with it? Because I started a mobile business about a year ago. I got some big jobs, then boom, dead as a horse. I got all my equipment, Ranger 225, suitcase to run Inner Shield, all paid for. It's a weird thing, Cody. It is your first year, going into your second year is really hard. It will be like that. There'll be times where you're like, work, and then dead. And it'll just be no work. And you're just like, oh man, I'm sitting around on my hands, I'm about to lose my mind. And then it's like, you sit on your hands for 2 weeks and all of a sudden, work. And it's like, where'd all this come from? Oh, we're back up to 3 people. Hello. Welcome. So, yeah, is that the end of the comments already? Oh, I forgot. RC Productions said, good video. Thank you, RC Productions. And Cody Dayton. I did already reply to him. This is what I told him, and it's very, very good information because he's having trouble getting work. And anybody who's having trouble getting work, this is what I told him. I said, my advice be spend a week mapping out all the industrial businesses, sawmills, auto shops, logging companies, drilling companies, concrete companies, etc. Go visit them in person, introduce yourself, offer your services, bring your equipment just in case they want to see what work you do, give them your business card, stuff like that. That's a good way to get out there because they just might not know you're there. And there are plenty of times people have told me, man, I just didn't know you were here. If I had known you were here, I would have came by a long time ago. And there's another video that has a lot of comments. Random trip to Home Depot and some ranting. Yes, I did not get any views on this. That burning smell, the Caveman Joe talking about the chop saw. That burning smell is, and he was right. Caveman Joe was right. I forgot to tell him he was right. Caveman Joe, if you see this, you were right. It was dust in the windings. That burning smell is dust in the windings stuck to your brushes. It was. I pulled it apart. I nailed it with an air compressor. It's just fine now. So you were right. You saved me a chop saw. David McCulley, I'm in Richmond, by the way, bro. Yes, and I'm in North Carolina, so we're not too far away. I actually got relatives up in Richmond. That place has exploded. It is Richmond's insanity right now. They got so much stuff going on up there. And the angle grinder video, I don't know why I made this. I guess I figured I'd review angle grinders for some reason. Ken commented, I got the Milwaukee angle grinder with the paddle switch on the bottom. Yes, that's cool. I like paddle switches, but I don't. I like them in certain situations, but then I like, the little ones I can turn on and leave on and just kind of maneuver them in dangerously. Oh man, we're back up to 5. Hello, welcome, and welcome back if anyone decided to come back, even though, man, we're running almost an hour and a half now. Goodness gracious. And Christopher Newton said, what about Makita? I don't have a Makita, and I've not bought one. I do want to buy a Makita straight grinder, though. Try that out. A friend of mine has a Makita 4.5-inch angle grinder, but he refuses to let me touch it because he's afraid I'm going to break it. He's seen what I do to my other angle grinders. And stick welding for beginners. Kind of a stupid video. I probably should have tried to do better. But Adam Jason writes, you still on your own. And yep, running around like North Carolina crazy chasing that money. My advice for long distance rig welding. I don't know if did I go through this one already? D.O. Huster. Yeah, we've seen him before. Yes, sir, I can still carry everywhere in California. Oh, man, we're up to 6. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Derbador's first live stream and reading y'all's comments. If any of y'all got any questions you want to ask me during the live stream, please do so. I'll do the best I can to watch out for the little blurps showing up on screen, and I'll answer them as I see them. Just please don't blow it up. Doe Huster says, I conceal carry everywhere, and I'm in California. I don't know how you got a concealed carry permit in California, but, good job. Caveman Joe, if your truck is very hard on V-belts, check out the pulleys. You might be able to sand the inside grooves on them or replace them if they're rusted up to cut down on wear. So, going to go back, Caveman Joe was right again on something else. This dude is super smart. Need to listen to him more. Check out the pulleys. I checked out the pulleys. I had the belts crossed over like this on the main pulley and the water pump belt. So, like, here's your alternator and here's your power steering pump. They're sitting like this, and they're supposed to be like this, if that makes any sense for people who deal with the old V-belts. And I did sand them. However, funny story today, my 79 F-150, the alternator belt kept slipping. Even though it was really tight, it kept slipping. The pulleys had gotten really slick. So what I did was I took a piece of sandpaper, and I didn't want to take the belts off. So I took a piece of sandpaper and taped it to a stick and turned the truck on and reached down there at the stick. And the stick's real long, so if the stick got caught in the fan would just eat it up, I'd be fine. So I stuck the stick down there and ran the stick up against the pulley as it's running. It just went back and forth like this as it's running. And then I did the water pump belt and then I got up underneath the truck and did the main crankshaft pulley and sanded it while it was running. I know that's redneck as hell, but it worked. It doesn't squeak anymore, and the belt catches like it's supposed to. So Caveman Joe was right. All right, at John B. Dyer. Like, I'm not trying to slaughter anyone's names. I'm sorry if I do. As an older man, I pretty much agree with everything you said. One thing, carry a change of clothes. I did start doing that because about a month ago, I had a total pants blowout, and I had like ripped from the buttocks all the way up the side to almost where my belt was. It was a complete pants failure. It was complete trouser failure. And I had to gorilla tape my pants back together to get home. So yes, he is right. One more thing, carry a change of clothes, 5-gallon bucket, and some bathroom supplies. Don't ask me how I know. Man, you know what? You're right. I do need to carry some kind of toilet thing because, man, there are just some days out in a job and there ain't no trees around, and you need to, you just need to go. You just need to go. There's no good place to go. So yeah, he's right. It's something I need to seriously consider. Emmanuel Rodriguez. I know I nailed that one because it won't English. I can't speak English, guys. I like your ambition. Reminds me of when I got my first welder. Lots of good memories and some crappy ones too. Haha. Yes, thank you for the positive comment, by the way. And yes, there are some crap. I'm making good memories and crappy memories. T-Man. Hey, yo, friend, come up to Virginia and let's do some business. I said yes and got no response, but I will still like it anyway. And Axel Sampari said, hell yeah. Because, hell yeah. All right, probably about the Confederate flag on there. I can be a little bit of an obnoxious Southerner sometimes. Sorry, not sorry. Let me see. Did I miss anything? I don't think I missed anything. No, I don't know if I looked at the comments in this one. 150 subscribers? Oh, that's the one that said it had one comment, but it wouldn't show for some reason. Oh boy. Well, let's make it an hour and 30 minutes. 205 8 no 2005. The ESAB's got a new machine they're coming out with. It's supposed to be ACDC. 205 ACDC. And this just, to me, is like, I think it's like the coolest thing I've ever seen. It might be my next machine. How can somebody review it? Okay. Somebody's apparently, I'm on welding supplies from IOC, and somebody's apparently reviewed it already. But it's not even out yet. I will go into serious debt to own this machine. So it's just like the rest of the Rebel series, which I really love. I had friends in school who bought these, and I was like, damn, I should have waited and bought the Rebel instead of my Lincoln 210 MP. But now I'm glad I waited till this long. Now they have one that has AC TIG welding as well. I want to see what this guy's review is because freaking it's not out yet. How can you review something that's not out yet? Oh, not the first. Actually, Everlast beat ESAB to it. Yes, okay. I did notice ESAB was kind of going around lying, saying, look, we made the first multi-process machine that has AC TIG. Well, that's BS because Everlast did it first. But since Everlast is not a legacy company, I think people kind of ignored them. So, yeah, Everlast did do it first. An Everlast machine is about the same price. And Miller's got a new one too that they got that's true multi-process, but it looks big and bulky compared to the ESAB 205. And I swear it looks just like a Millermatic 211 with some kind of that's just taller. I don't like it. I mean, I don't know. That's just me. I don't like it. But all right, we're at an hour and 30 minutes. I said I would cut it short at an hour and 30 minutes. Those of y'all still watching, thank you for watching. Like I said, I tried to answer everybody's questions as best as I could. As y'all commented, if I missed any, I'm terribly sorry. But yeah, hour and 30 minutes, going to cut it. This will be my first live stream and answering y'all's questions. Like I said, I'll do the best I can to answer people's questions and give a honest and somewhat informed answer. So thank you guys for hanging out with me, and we're going to have to do this again sometime, all right? See you guys. Yes, I want to.